Hello there and welcome back to the Non-League podcast. And today we're doing it slightly different. We're doing a video interview with Sam Bond, of course, Thetford Town club captain. Last time we spoke was in COVID times. I bet it's a bit of a change now, coming back into playing football and everything. So how's it actually been for you?
Well, personally, yeah, it's been great having football back. I know it was it two hit seasons from it and stop-start, but I guess it's actually been a bit of a blessing because it gave Morts time to really build a squad without the pressures of Saturday football. And of course, over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, haven't been the greatest, to say the least. So I think Morts coming in and his vision and his idea with John of what they wanted to do, it kind of gave them a bit of grace time, if anything. Now looking back in hindsight, obviously we would much rather been playing the games, but
yeah, it's because remember we had that season where we had I think we played 10 or 11 games, and of course we were rock bottom of that table, and all of a sudden they said, no, that's it, close it. I bet that's kind of a blessing in disguise for you.
Yeah, well, we seem to have had a few, because it just always seemed to work out with reprievals, like how the leagues were jigged up and we got away with murder, really. So again, COVID was terrible and it was crap for everyone, but it was a blessing for our season anyway.
Exactly. So what about this season? Because you come into the pre-season, you've got brand new teams coming in, like Sheringham, they've come up. You've got Thetford Town, who's just moved over as well. How is it in the preparation with yourself, Matt, and of course John now with the team? How is that going for you?
Well, I think it's easy to forget that every last season, but from I think February the prior season, we were on an excellent roll then. So we were up there in the form table. I can't quote the position now, but yeah, we were doing well. So there was something that was started to build, and then a good pre-season, another addition or two, and now we're flying this year. So
exactly, especially we've got Tom Smith in goal from the UEA, haven't we? We've got Manny come over from Lakenheath, I think it was, and of course he's still, Dan Gilchrist was on loan,
and then he's
signed permanent, which was a really good thing. Of course,
Cam as well.
Cam King, he was probably our best signing. Well, within 4 or 5 players coming in, of course we've got the set standing, of course John and of course Morts now getting that mould together. How's that feeling for you as a player and of course your love of Thetford Town?
Love is the perfect word. I do. I absolutely love it as a fan. Even when I'm on the bench, there'll be players out there that know sitting on the bench watching someone else playing your position isn't easy. But genuinely, I'm buzzing whenever Adam was putting in a good performance and the club were winning games. It's a weird feeling not being so involved in the 90 for the first half of the season, but I couldn't have wanted anything else. It was impossible.
So, because now we're top of the league, 14 points clear of Helston, and of course you've got Hadley United and Ipswich Wanderers as well.
A few games in hand for them.
I think they've got about 2 or 3 games in hand, but would you rather be sitting on top with all that, with those 14 points, or would you want to be the chasing pack?
Definitely. It's weird because this is the first time I've been in this position with Thetford. I think we've had a couple of good runs in a few seasons, but this is definitely by far the most successful so far, touch wood. And yeah, for sure, the games in hand are great to have if you need them, but I'd much rather have points on the board, and I think everyone would say the same.
Exactly, because the games we should cover, we've only lost 3 games this season. We've lost to Hadley United, we've lost to Milton Hall, and we lost to Sheringham. Of course, Sheringham was a team which has come up. Of course, we know about Milton Hall and Hadley because we played them before. But they've all been away from home. And of course, we haven't, touch wood, lost this season at home in the league. So all these 3 teams still need to come to Mumford Road to actually still play. So how do you feel about that?
Well, it's a chance to. Revenge is probably a bit too much of a strong word, but we'll always relish and we'll want to make sure we get sort of our 3 points back. I think there were some tough games. Taking credit to Milton, we always seem to get the worst end of the stick over there. It's just notorious for it. And then Sheringham were very physical the night we played them, and credit to them, they deserved the win. To be honest, it wasn't a great performance from us. And then the Hadley one was that scorcher, the hottest day of the year or whatever, and it was hard for both teams, and they found the net, So look forward to them coming back here though, and getting onto our pitch.
That will be coming soon. So this season you've had 14 appearances and you've had 1 goal, and that goal has just been astonishing. It's had over 67,000 views on Twitter, and it's had 13,000 views. How does that make you feel about seeing that?
Well, I've probably about 59,000 of them. But no, yeah, it was class. It's been a tough season for me personally with the injury and then trying to force my way back in the team, something I'm not known for. I'm 30 now, so it's been weird and hard. So I felt like I finally chipped in with something towards the cause, if you like, which I know is a selfish thing to say, and I'll leave the strikers to the goals all day long for keep a clean sheet.
Yes.
But that moment will stay at me for a long time. It was amazing. Like, it still makes me smile now, to be honest.
Well, that's good. You said about going to study Laker there. How's he done coming in? Because he's been a winger and he's like adapted to playing fullback. It must be quite good for yourself. I know, not for yourself, but it's good for the team that you've got strength and depth here. How do you feel about Adam's performances so far?
So I think everyone in this change room, and probably most of the fans that watch week in, week out will agree, he's up there for player of the season. He's one of them. He's been consistent. His attitude and the way he's applied himself is the biggest change. I think he joined us as quite a young lad from Milton. He's not really had that regular spot, so it gave him a perfect opportunity, and he really did take it with both hands, you know, and I could have no complaints. He has been class. He's a different player to me, like you say. He's started as a winger and now dropped in, and I've always been more defensive.
Yeah.
You know, shooting is definitely not a strong point if I do have any. And he's been class. Credit to him, and I think he's got a really good career ahead of him. And I would challenge him to say how he can apply himself and go even one step further, maybe.
Yeah. So with the season near the end, we've got 17 games left. Not quite really 17, 18 games left. How do you feel that promotion is on the cards for Thetford Town?
Look, I think we have to be realistic. That's what our sights are set on now. It's still one game at a time, but yeah, there's a good buzz about it, and I think as long as we keep doing our job, then that's all we have to worry about, which is the nicest thing. Last few weeks haven't been our greatest performances. We just need to get out of this little rut and start finding the net a little bit earlier in games and settling ourselves down. But next season, potential promotion, and yeah, like, it's just weird even saying it out loud at this stage of the season. We've got such a huge chance to potentially do something with this team and this club for the first time in a long time. Yeah,
how do you feel like going up to step 4, like meeting the likes of Deer and Toe, who we could beat in the Norfolk Cup in the next round? And of course, you've got Berry Town, #United coming up. And how do you feel about Thetford Town going against those sort of clubs?
They're the best games to play in, you know, when you're not the underdog, but you want to play the best teams, you want to play against the best players, you want to have the most people coming to watch. It's all natural. It will be a huge challenge. It's going to be a massive step up, we know that. But I think with the squad that Morse and John have put together this season, there's a right mix of youth and potential prospects coming through, but also the maturity. There's some senior players in here that have been about and know what they're doing at that level as well. So we've got a right good blend, and just let's get there first, basically, and let's make sure we concentrate on that today's game, for example, first and foremost, and then we'll sort of leave that to John and Morts to worry about in the summer.
Exactly. So what are your future plans? Do you feel like you want to go into coaching? Do you want to still keep playing, or because after you've been injured, you've been on the sidelines doing a bit of coaching with John and Morts? We've seen you on the video and as well, celebrating goals. How's your plans for that?
Well, I've got my Arsene Wenger coat already, so you know, I'm putting in the groundwork now. I'm still 30, so I have got a couple of years playing, I hope. But also I am a realist, so when the time naturally comes that, you know, I don't want to be damaging the team by just staying here through my club reputation or whatever. You know, when the time's right, then the time's right. But I'll definitely be looking to stay involved in football in some sort of capacity, whether it is coaching, managing, water boy, whatever it be. I think this club will find it hard to get rid of me.
Yeah, probably. With that, what has been your best 11 you've played for over the seasons at Thetford Town?
It's a tough question. It is a really tough question, because even though we've had some really struggling seasons, we have had some amazing players. I think if I can think back to when I first got involved as a teenager with the first team, the likes of Dave Richards always sticks to my mind. He was just a Rolls Royce for the centre back at non-league, to be fair. really good leader. I think standout player for me has probably always been Carl Parrish.
Yeah.
I still struggle to see many players that have dominated this level as much as he did in any position really. My non-league Wayne Rooney, I think. He was just so good. But like Stan Morphews, Matty Howards, when I was trying to break into the first team, we had Blakey here, obviously went on to do incredible things in non-league and still putting in goals now. I mean, yeah, I could go on. Volta, Kevin's now obviously going to be a pro. So
unbelievable, isn't it?
We've had some amazing players, and you know, and even this year we've got unbelievable players in the team. You know, all over the pitch. So it's hard to probably pick a final 11. I'd have to sit down and really think about it. But I've also had some really good mates playing here that have been of quality level as well. Max Mellison's, Luke and Ross Bailey, the Ball brothers, like. You know, they were top quality players, still are. Luke and Ross are still smashing it now. So yeah, it's tough to pick an actual out 11. But I think the one certain thing I can say is probably Tom, who's our current goalkeeper now. I think he's class.
Will he be your favourite teammate at the moment? Would you say?
Definitely not my favourite teammate. Definitely not my favourite teammate at the moment.
In all your Thetford career, who would you be your favourite teammate?
I'd have to narrow it down. God, I could say so many because I've had like my best mates have played it, but Luke Bailey would be my favourite ever teammate. Like him. With the season we had like him, Ross, Max, Priddle. It was just like a proper clique of friends. And it's not very often you get that, to play with people that you see during the week as well and go on holidays and stag do's and weddings and everything like that. They are my friends. So to play with them as well, but yeah, I think Luke would have to top it.
Okay. Apart from that, the five-a-side, Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. If you had a dream move of anywhere, apart from, of course, Thetford where you are, where would you like to have played at if you had that chance?
In dream world, Newcastle. My other true love for football, but yeah, no, it's a tough one for like dream move wise because I've never wanted to really play my football anywhere else. I've been here since I was 5-6 years old and captain teams through the youth and up and under 18s and stuff. So my dream move would be getting to this team to step forward. There's a nice little cheesy quote for you.
There you go.
The boys will love that one.
Okay, just to wrap up, I've got a couple more, just for a few fun ones.
Yeah.
I was going to say, who's the best dressed and the worst dressed teammate, shall we say?
Best dressed?
Yeah.
Actually, I can start with worst dressed. That's definitely the gaffer. He's got some rascal clobber. There's some terrible guns that he's got. And then best dressed. Again, it's tough because we're all quite boring. But I'm going to give it to Sharky, best dressed.
Fair enough. There you go, Sharky. There you go. So going through that, who's the best and worst gambler?
Worst gambler, Jake Mann. Can't pick a winner to save his life.
No?
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. They have a little car club bet for the lads just out of town.
Yeah.
Jake's constantly letting them down. So yeah, never listen to Jake's advice.
All right. So any horse race, any football, no Jake. Sorry.
Anything.
Sorry,
him out. And then one I would give it to, apart from myself, is I'd say Ryan Fuller picks out the odd winner. So, yeah, it's a good bet, does he? Yeah, he's not bad.
Yeah, excellent. I better ask him later on then.
Yeah,
see how he gets on.
Or Toddy Ray, to be fair. Toddy Ray don't mind it.
Okay, so the last one is who's actually the funniest and who is the least funniest out of your teammates so far?
Least funniest. Again, tough one. Macca, second goalie.
Yeah.
Pony jokes. Yeah, he ain't got a clue. And then the funniest, I'm going to give to my boy Jake, man. He cracks me up. Yeah, he's got good banner.
So apart from his gambling, he's alright at being funny.
Yeah. His bets are just as funny as he is.
Well, Bonnie, I wish you all the best for the rest of the season, and thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you very soon.
Nice one.